Spent any time on the productivity side of YouTube, you'll know that people rave about bullet journaling. In fact, I was one of them, and it worked for me for a while until I found something better that absolutely transformed my productivity. Most of the content around bullet journaling is actually a lie. You get these gorgeous, perfect spreads that look both beautiful and functional, but the truth is, they're a lot of work. So much work, in fact, that you spend more time coloring in and doodling than you do actually getting any work done. In reality, a bullet journal is a messy tool. Sometimes it'll look beautiful, sometimes it'll just be functional, but you use it in a way that has some structure that allows you to get some work done, and it gives you that little outlet for creativity as well. But for most people, myself included, it doesn't work. The pressure to make my bullet journal look beautiful just became stressful and too much like hard work. And this is why I stopped. So let me know in the comments if you've had a similar experience with bullet journaling. I think that a lot of people are in this same boat, that they feel the pressure to make it look perfect, when actually they should be focusing on the structure and the functionality of it. There's nothing wrong with a good doodle, but when you're feeling pressured to make beautiful functional spreads, it means that you can often procrastinate and maybe not even use your bullet journal at all, which is what happened to me. Now, my bullet journals really worked for me, and those first few spreads, they did look lovely, but they soon turned in just a functional to-do lists. And I really felt like I'd failed at bullet journaling. And all over YouTube and Pinterest, you see these gorgeous spreads, and I was thinking to myself, why can't I do that? Why am I unable to create something that looks beautiful, but also works for me as a productivity tool as well? So although I felt like I'd failed, I continued on with it because a written to-do list has always been way more helpful to me than anything digital. And I think I've probably tried just about every digital to-do app and reminder app out there at this point, probably. So I was finding that I was picking up any old piece of paper that was on my desk to write a to-do list, rather than going into my bullet journal to create my weekly spread. But then I discovered something that takes all of these principles of bullet journaling and distills them down into one book with structure, where you don't have to do any of the design. Now, as an entrepreneur and someone who has ADHD, I need a lot of structure in my day to be able to get things done. And I discovered a new type of planner that just worked so well for me. This is my Zelo journal. This is the only journal/planner that I have used consistently. And by consistently, I mean every day for 6 months. I used this for the majority of last year, and then I got a new one. I've been using this now for maybe about 6 weeks, 2 months. And again, I'm still loving it. So let me show you how it works. At the beginning of the Zelo journal, you write your goals for the next 6 months. This is everything that you will be working towards for that next 6 months. And then everything that you plan out from there on in is all working towards those goals. So for example, I have a monetary goal, a weight loss goal, and then my goal to create 30 videos, which is my halfway mark for my 60 video YouTube goal. So everything that I'm kind of doing in this planner is really working towards those different goals. So it's, it's my workouts, it's my business stuff that earns me money, and it's my YouTube schedule in terms of scripting, editing, etc. Then at the beginning of each week, you set targets. Now, these are usually things that move you towards those bigger goals, but I often go off-piste depending on what needs to be done with client work, etc. From these weekly targets, you then have a daily to-do list, which allows you to write exactly what you need to get done in each day. So here are 2 days of daily to-do lists, and you can see that I've absolutely smashed through them, which I love. But you see this column here, which I haven't filled out for this particular day. But this is something that I really love about this journal. That column, alongside those to-do list points, will allow you to write in how much time you think it will take. This has been a game changer for me. By simply writing down how long I think a task will take, it stops me procrastinating. So I can reframe it and I can look at a task that I deem difficult and just say, it's going to take 30 minutes, just bash it out, get it done. The rest of the day is going to seem easy. And no matter what kind of planner or bullet journal you use, I'd recommend you do this in some way. And then at the end of the week, you review everything. You write down what went well, what opportunities for improvement there could be, and also what you're looking forward to next week. Now, I think this kind of self-reflection is so important for everyone, and it's a big part of journaling in general to kind of review things and be mindful of what's going on in your life. But having kind of structured sections in here, I think makes it so much easier than just remembering to do it yourself. Now, a big part of bullet journaling is the habit tracking. Now, Zelo has thought about this because with every journal, you get a little card with lots of holes in that you can use to draw circles that you can then use as a habit tracker. Now, I haven't used this yet in my new Zelo, but I have used it in the old one, and I'll just show you some examples. I used the habit tracker to basically create these circles. I'd write in my habit, and I'd then just fill them in as I went, much like you do in a bullet journal, but this is super structured and super easy for you. The combination of a clear weekly structure that drives you towards your goals, along with this beautiful minimalist layout and the ability to review your week, is amazing for someone like me who has a tendency to procrastinate. Now, of course, if you want to doodle in your Zelo journal, absolutely go ahead. But what I love about it is there's no pressure to make it look beautiful like there is with bullet journaling. Bullet journaling was really great for me for actually a number of years, and I've got a stack of about 6 or 7 bullet journals that are completely filled in, including one gorgeous personalized one that says Racing Mentor across the front, which is super cool. But I'm so glad that I made the switch, because not only do I feel more productive, I'm also less stressed about the whole situation around, being productive in this beautiful and functional way. I can just focus on getting the stuff done and moving towards my goals. So to help anyone out who's watching this video and is wondering where they can get their hands on a bullet journal or one of the Zelo journals, check the description. I've added links for my favorite type of bullet journal, and if you go down this route, don't be afraid to make it messy and functional. Not every bullet journal has to be beautiful. Some spreads can, some won't be, and that's fine. But if you do want to try out the Zelo journal, check the description, there's a link to that as well. If you have any questions about bullet journaling or about the Zelo journal, let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing as well. I put out videos twice a week on how to live a more sustainable life as an entrepreneur, as well as covering my journey from petrolhead to EV owner. I'll see you next week.